Welcome to our podcast. I'm Mischief.
Oh, I'm Death Spot.
I'm Hot Tamales.
I'm Slaughtermelon, yo.
I'm Phantom with no vowels and spaces, just like Site.
Stupid.
Yeah, Ryan's going to be our future Scythe. He's already playing it with his name.
If Scythe was missing brain cells.
Oh. Is that why I
that,
beat you every game,
That's
Caleb?
cruel.
Oh, debatable.
Is that debatable?
Yeah.
I beat you by 40 points on the losing team. Boy.
Oh.
So tonight, we're going to talk about the most annoying thing your teammates do. But first, we're going to talk about some great times from tonight. Go.
Turn off your phone.
Didn't mean it.
We are going to talk about
Ooh,
the game I got eliminated. That was fun.
All right,
Wait, which game?
Hi, Luke.
So
Hi, Luke. I was there.
Poor Luke today.
we
Rip Luke.
started a game that was, we got our Loveland teams now, so it was A versus B. And
Subbing.
unfortunately, Ryan was playing heavy on the other team, so I had a pretty hard time dueling with him, fun box all the way to chamber. And I was getting kind of low. Then this order of sequences happened. Caleb comes back for resupplies. So I'm thinking, dang, Caleb, now I got to stay out here and defend your butt. Then I got down to 3, and I told them I needed a double. Then I only got shots. Then John nuked. It was a
The
bad
end.
day.
It's a hard knock life for all of us. It's okay.
You guys talk. I'm the only one talking.
All right. So let me further on that one. That was a really hellish game. We lost to Loveland B. Like in that game. Fortunately enough, we came back the next game and then they were 21,000 ahead from that first game win, but then we came back with the 24K win. So that was a big plus. In that game, we killed their ammo out in the first minute and a half, so that was kind of fun for me. We weren't really able to get any of A-Team together tonight. We had one player missing, and then one player didn't feel so good, so he was in and out.
Yeah, it seems like now that we have all our teams together, everyone's relaxed a bit. But the teams will be able to improve as much as they're going to put into it, you know. If your whole team comes, you're going to get better practice.
My favorite game. Oh my god, this was so beautiful. I was medic. Zenless was my ammo. And I think it was just the rest of B team. Can't remember who he was subbing for. I think he was subbing for Poe that game. Ow! But
I'll make me
Anywho.
come back there.
do it. Anywho, so it was Team B and then Zenless subbing for Poe, I think, and then somebody else was playing Scout and he was playing Ammo. So we did really, really well. I think I ended with 19 lives that game. And our resubbing game was amazing. Some of our players weren't satisfied with their score, but
Did you win?
we did win. We won. It was a really good game for me because I think it helped me improve my medic skills. I think I improved on my medic skills a lot tonight because that's the only thing I played.
Well, when I ref the game with you guys versus C, you and Troy were pretty on point. You're good at waiting for each other as needed.
Yeah, we figured out a really good system. And then there was a game where we were all eliminated. My ammo, Troy, was killed in the first 30 seconds to a minute of the game.
Sorry.
But I survived. I was followed and blind fired for my last 4 lives, but that's okay because I outscored my heavy as a medic. I still died, but it felt good.
Yeah. You were
Oh,
so
good thing
excited
you
after
died.
that game.
I was so proud of myself. I wasn't even upset anymore. I was just like, you know what? I outscored my heavy, so that's fine with me. That's okay.
Ryan, that was you. How do you feel about that?
I mean,
That last game, I survived, and I took the opposing ammo's last life from the window that is from the exit of Big Box, and he was going from Fun Cubby across third, and I shot him for his last life, and I heard him go, "Ah!" And I was really proud of that. So
He wasn't happy coming out of that game.
On a side note, though, I am happy that we can finally start team practices. Hopefully we're going to have everybody next week, so we won't have to be stealing people from other teams just to practice. Doesn't really benefit the teams too much. Some players are still going to be set, I guess, off balance compared to their team synergy. I mean, of course, you know, all the Loveland teams are trying to shoot for the top for West Coast. It may not happen.
There can be only one. But I think we can take home all 3 trophies. I want to talk about C Team, dude. They were so much better than I thought.
Agreed. I'm going to say, like, I got so triggered that second C Team game, like A versus C. We still won, but for a straight 2 minutes, Bromley was just resetting off of anybody he could find and just totally. I was not having a fun time that game.
Dude, Bromley plays a great heavy. Like, he just has an instinct for it, I can tell, even though he's just never played it before. Once he gets some good practice in, he's going to be a pretty fearsome one. Ben and Zane were really starting to hit it off after a few games and get their coordinations down. And most of all, I think Ryan is proving that he can basically be a one-man offense for the team as he needs to. I think there's a lot of hope for C Team, seriously. Once Mason gets some good spots to snipe from, and the Chosen One just needs to get back into his groove. He's been gone for a long time.
Who's the Chosen One?
Tyler. He was doing pretty good tonight, though.
Yeah, like once C Team starts learning how to play with each other, they're going to build some synergy, and that's going to really help them out.
Heavy's still my worst position.
Yeah, you do pretty good on it for your worst position.
yeah, he literally was like, "Yeah, guys, I don't like heavy. It's my worst position." And then he played like 2 or 3 games of heavy, and he dealt so much damage to the enemy team.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Ryan, I don't believe you.
Well, are Heavy's supposed to score 8K?
I'm willing
I
to
didn't
bet
think so.
that
That means I'm bad.
I'm willing to bet that you're a better heavy than you are.
I scored 10 games.
I scored 10 games!
I played 10 games too,
I
Caleb.
scored 10K one game.
I scored 9.5K
Hey.
as a scout.
Yeah, that was last week.
I scored 10K also, but I was on the losing team that time.
All right, we're going to go to our topic for tonight. The topic is annoying things your teammates do.
Can I use
I'm
my
gonna
song?
And I don't
actually
want to...
oh.
Hold on. I don't want to go for things that cost you the game, like them missing a shot on the heavy, like annoying things. Things that shouldn't bother you but cause you to tilt and lose games because of the way people do things.
All right, well, I'm going to start this one off because this is a huge problem for me tonight.
What you got?
All right, so when I would go in for resupplies, I would get resupplies, and then the resupplies would turn their back, and this wasn't like every game, and this wasn't like everybody, but people would turn their back after they resupply me, and I would have to physically open my mouth and scream their name at the top of my lungs for them to turn around and resupply me again, because just saying or shouting their name wasn't enough for them. And honestly, that kind of kills me, because as a resupply, you should not be focusing on trying to tag down the enemy team when the person who can easily tag down the other team needs resupplies.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did
Well,
I didn't have to scream at you, but I had to be like, ah!
I didn't have to scream at you, but
I feel
screamed
bad
at
for
you. What?
resupplies. Resupplies have to be in a constant struggle of not being able to defend themselves, but also keeping themselves alive and like relying on their team. So I can see how I'd get pretty panicky if I were playing medic and just like look out at the enemy team wondering who's coming up.
No, like, oh, sorry. Can I fix what I said, because the situation?
This sounds like a fun box thing.
No, this is specifically at the top of red, when I'm just chilling getting resubs.
Fun box.
We have No, just top of red. Anywhere on 3rd floor. We have pressure on the enemy team. There's no enemies attacking, but they'll still turn around, and that's the part that annoys me. Like, I'll understand it, because if I'm, if my resupplies are trying to defend from enemies that are currently attacking, that's more understandable. But if a resupply is standing around while we have nothing to do, I'm getting no resupplies, that is annoying to me. It's not like a game costing thing, it's not like a super tilting thing, but it is a super tilting thing.
All right, let's pick some other ones.
Actually, I think it's relevant to tilt about. So me and Loki were resupplies, and I was chilling in Blue Cubby on 2nd floor, and Loki was my ammo, and he was right outside between the ramp and the cubby. And our heavy, I'm not going to name names, but our heavy decided that because I missed, because I was at a difficult angle to shoot him, because he was to my left and I could not fully see him, he decided that he would just lay down on the ground for a full 30 seconds and just stay there and get resupplied. And thank God nobody rushed in to kill us and reset off of him, but he was just chilling on the floor, laying down with his phaser not even near his hands. And so that kind of tilted me, and I said, hey, Dylan, you
Not
should
to
get
name
up.
names, but
You know
I just
what?
said his name.
You know what? You know what? It's fine. Okay? He can hear
That's
this
interesting.
so that he can know what he needs to fix.
But not to name names or anything.
Not to name names.
Ryan scared me really bad this one game. He popped out of nowhere and I
Wow.
dropped my gun and
That's
all
You
that.
okay.
didn't drop it, you
That's
flung
okay.
it.
Yeah, I know, I
wasn't saying
flung it.
anything or anything. I guess I'll just go. I'll just.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Ryan just seems
But
creepy
yeah.
guy.
Stop
Like I
throwing the
said, thank God nobody rushed in, because that would have been the tilting part. Because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have gotten up. But I was like, hey, can you please get up and get resupplied and then keep shooting people and protecting us? And he just didn't even respond to me. And I was like, all right, I'm not giving you lives until you get up. And so he was like, that's okay. I have 30 anyways. And he just left. And I was like, okay. So it's just stuff like that. I mean, just kind of
I getcha.
tilting, over tilting in the middle of the game that can cost you your the people around you lives, shots, possibly the game. That was kind of scary for me, because I was like, well, that's fine. So stuff like that, just general bad attitudes can hurt your team. So
I get you.
yeah.
What's the most annoying thing to you there, Lukey Poo?
I'm trying to think.
Broken
Usually it's the
phasers.
most annoying things that I do. I do this bad thing where I get really tunnel visioned, and sometimes if people scream for me at the top of their lungs, I still just don't even remember them hearing them after the game's over.
We don't have any tunnels in our arena. How do you go down a tunnel?
I know, right? There's no tunnels, but I get tunnel vision.
I'm so tired of you
It's
guys.
so bad.
You adore all of us except for me.
He adores my sarcasm. He knows it.
you so much.
Hey, don't worry.
Then why are you
We all
playing on
hate each
18?
other sometimes. That's the whole point of tournaments, to hate each other and then love each other when it's over.
I don't know if that's good team strategy.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
Is that how
You
love
go to the
works?
that's how
tournament.
teams work.
You go to the tournament, you lose some games, you get angry at each other. Sometimes you figure your stuff out. But then once it's all over and there's no more pressure, then you can love each other.
Can I have my phone back,
How do I annoy you, Luke?
please?
Well, we're not. Oh, we're on a team now.
I know. How do I annoy you?
By being on
Well,
his team.
you got in my car and you drew swastikas all over my windshield.
Oh yeah, that's
You just got called out, Paul.
Anyway, that's
That's besides the point.
it's decorations. It's like Christmas or
It's just
whatever.
a bunch of
Comes Santa
sticks.
Claus, here
Just,
comes Nazi Claus.
You know, yeah. There we go. See,
Right down the
Yeah.
Evans lane.
yeah.
Internment
Yeah.
camps and
What
choose
annoys
one
you,
around.
Pollux?
What annoys me, I guess, is
When Ryan jumps out and scares you for no reason.
so I guess it's kind of a both ways type of thing that I do. So I get annoyed when I never know where my resupplies are, because whenever I'm like playing like on some teams like with Loki, like Troy or whatever, he's always been really good about knowing exactly where he is or like the position he's holding. He'll hold it for the entire game and do it very well, which makes my life a lot easier, especially if I'm on like second floor getting shot up and everything. Now, the both ways side of things is I do have the issue of where I'll wait till like last minute because I'm a procrastinator in a lot of ways. So if I'm getting like shot up and everything, I'll wait till I'm on like life 1 or 2 or shot 1 or 2 to go get my resupplies done versus being like, well, I'm at like 4 lives, you know, maybe I should go up and get it. So yeah, so it's kind of a both ways thing. But then when I do that last minute thing, I'm like, I kind of run around like Jar Jar being screaming like, where are my resupplies? And
Being in the middle of Crossfire.
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, there we go.
They?
No.
Man, I feel like the resupplies get a lot of hate because they're so important.
Yeah, I am.
But and so like the slightest little thing they do can throw off the team because they don't have very much control over their team situation at the same time. Let's see. I don't like it when my commander holds his nukes until after my team is dead.
Ryan,
I wasn't on his team at all, so you can't say anything.
but you do that all the time.
But how many points do I score a game?
He only
Not
has
enough.
one boot.
Okay, I'm annoyed with people who only focus on their job and get angry when the team doesn't do their job. You know what I mean? Like, this person fails at their job, and then they come back to the team who's also struggling and just starts, like, blaming and pointing fingers. Like, why aren't you doing this? Why is this happening? Why isn't the resupplies safe for me to get my resupplies now that I need resupplies?
When I'm a resupply, I'm gonna be totally honest. When I'm a resupply, that is what I do.
You just only care
You were a
about
pretty
yourself.
good resupply when I was
Yeah,
resupplying with you.
But I still judge everybody else.
Wait, you two resupplied together?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually not bad.
What?
Troy had me sub for his team, but Bromley was like, no, Caleb's too good. He has to play a resupply. So I played ammo, but I spent literally the entire game judging our team.
Alright.
What do you think, Ryan? You haven't said much.
Yeah, Ryan.
It's a Christmas tree.
What am I talking about?
What annoys you the most about
Your team member.
Never mind.
Do I ever get triggered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name one time.
It's internally.
Every time when there's no rupees.
I can see the frustration on your face, but you hold it in real nice.
That's what I do with everything.
Dude, he just covers it with memes.
Caleb just kills
Dabs
my
middle
stick
crossfire.
there.
Yeah! Dude,
I
dabbing
mean-
in the middle of crossfire is like the best thing.
I just know
Lived a good
being
life.
on, since I'm on C team for this tournament, I just know we have a lot of work to do right now because I've played with like none of them ever.
Yeah.
And I'm playing like one man offense and hoping they can get defense down while I'm doing that because our team's fine until I need to come back for resubs and then we just get, okay, I'm not going to use the bad words, we don't have to scream this time, but we get pooped on.
Yeah. You get pooped on.
And then I don't get to go back on offense and then we play all out defense the rest of the game until we end up dying out.
Well, it's week 1, but I think the best thing your team can do is figure out a bottom floor defense plan because that is unfortunately going to happen a lot.
I just know they're getting better at least, so I feel like after a few more weeks we'll be fine by the time it's time for the tournament. So
Oh yeah. We'll know when we do the all-member lock-in.
yeah. The only other thing tonight though is I just never play heavy ever until tonight is when I actually tried heavy, I guess, on defense for Troy. And yeah,
No memes during the podcast, Paul.
I like my memes, okay?
The audience can't see the memes, so why do we get to enjoy
Let
the
me
memes?
draw my
Well,
stick
let's
people
start
in the
giving them
window.
it.
No. We need to stop drawing swastikas and stick people and do the podcast.
Wait, what
I'm
if
doing
you start... Okay, anyway.
We're recording this in my car, by the way.
Guys, it's cold in
Get
here.
out of here.
And
It's
I
not that
hate
cold.
these
It's
people.
actually warm.
yeah. Feel his
We're the
body
ones
heat.
wearing
Look at all-
jackets.
Dude, I know.
I'm wearing a windbreaker.
Sexy
It's
as
like
hell.
not even in.
Poor Caleb has a t-shirt.
I
Is
stole
there
his jacket.
anything...
I gave it to you.
I stole
So,
it.
are you happy with the team right now? Like your
He's gonna be
team,
a happy
team?
businessman.
I haven't played with the full team, so I
Let
don't
me
know.
draw his
Have we not?
But me and
I guess we have
Joe
There we go.
are getting better. It took me that first game of getting eliminated to work out some kinks with them and say, hey, I like it this way. You want it that way. All right.
What kind of kinks?
Ooh.
Let me tell
Bondage.
you, it is
Get it? Because
secret.
you're supposed to be bonded with your team.
Shut up.
He's
Instead,
wearing a
Caleb
fedora.
judges everyone. And
That
then,
was a BDSM joke.
yeah, Caleb's the one that never understands BDSM jokes, so that's
You're like
the funny part.
12.
Excuse me.
Excuse
I'm not
me.
older than you.
He's at least 13 and a half.
Oh,
Funny how
wow.
I'm more
I'm
mature.
19 and a half, sir.
Probably, yeah.
I've got 6 years of boredom.
Anyways, now we have the teams in place. People will just start developing synergy like that every single time they practice together. So if all the defenses get their poop in a group and all the offenses get in sync,
Ducks in a row.
I have a feeling that
Peas in a pod.
Loveland
Voices on
Loveland
crack.
will take home at least a few trophies.
Yeet.
Geese in a line.
B team is gonna win. Watch out. Just kidding.
If tonight's any indicator, then yeah, you guys are taking first.
Ooh.
All right,
Ooh. Bold. That was bold.
let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you
love you,
guys
Luke.
for listening. We love each and every one of you. You're our special friends.
Once again, this is Slaughtermelon.
Oh.
You
ruined
guys-
it, Caleb.
Bye.